let me make it clear, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi. The UPDF is commandeered by the CDF, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, who must have authorized that operation. From what you're saying that what General Muhoozi Kainerugaba did is a crime and it should be investigated for what it is. He broke the law by commandeering such an operation and therefore should face the full arm of the law. Crimes need to be investigated and something done. And you're saying that General Muhoozi Kainerugaba broke the law and he should be investigated and something has to be done.
I have not said Muhoozi has broken the law.
Oh my Lord, my God. I have not said Muhoozi broke. This is what I told you. The delicate dance around Muhoozi Kainerugaba. The fear of Muhoozi going after him. It is so sad. And he was tough. I think I need to show you. This is the right moment to show you how tough he was on social media. This is the true manifestation of keyboard warrior. This is what he wrote, when Muhoozi said, Baryomunsi, the traitor, will never be minister again. That alone tells you everything you need to know about Museveni's government.
So there is no justification at all to invade their home and assault anybody and cause any damage. As I have been seeing, I saw the narrative of Babi Chaguranyi.
Why did you and your government go and break into a house of a leader of a party, a presidential candidate, and do that?
And yes, indeed, presenting to you from these United States of America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're watching me and at whatever time you might watch this conversation. My name is Mo Kainerugaba, and you're welcome to Mo Kainerugaba Live. Exactly. I truly appreciate and welcome all of you folks who are joining in to Mo Kainerugaba Live community, especially on YouTube. I truly appreciate. I've seen many of you joining us from other parts of the African continent, especially from Malawi, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Liberia, Kenya. I thank you. Asante sana, I should say. And many of you are sharing our content or our works we do here. Asante sana too. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to look at what it really means to walk a thin line between loyalty and the law. It is Chris Baryomunsi, the Minister of ICT and Information and National Guidance in Uganda, who works as the spokesperson of the Ugandan government, is afraid of calling out the CDF, the commander of our defense forces, Muhoozi Kainerugaba, who has took it upon himself to post senseless tweets where he boasts about killing people, threatens attacking some countries, name it. He was interviewed on his latest debacle between him and Muhoozi Kainerugaba and the actions of the military. Listen here. It is so sad. I think I mentioned recently that psychophancy really becomes tough when a king has a child. Because Muhoozi is positioning himself as a heir apparent. And many folks within the Museveni regime are divided. They want to show this blind loyalty to Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, but they recognize that the odds are against Museveni's presidency. So they be like, do I give 100% of loyalty to this Titanic that is sinking? Or do I go to this man, Muhoozi Kainerugaba, whom for some reason, some believe that he might become president when Museveni leaves. I doubt that. So he was interviewed recently by Solomon Serwanjja, and he was asked about the deployment of the military at Bobi Wine's home, the posting of ridiculous posts by Muhoozi Kainerugaba on his social media platforms where he boasts about violating the rights of Bobi Wine and his wife, breaking into Bobi Wine's house. I mean, you cannot make these things up, because what you see is Chris Baryomunsi carefully and craftily choosing every word, measuring every word that he wants to say. It is an extremely delicate dance around Muhoozi. He knows Muhoozi is committing crimes, he's breaking the law, but he won't condemn him. But hey, he recently came out, Chris Baryomunsi, trying to show how tough he is. He's pretty much maybe a keyboard warrior. I'm going to show you what he had to say about Muhoozi Kainerugaba recently. But when he's being confronted by the lawlessness of our security agencies, he is really shy to call them out. Let me take you there. This is Solomon Serwanjja. Watch here.
Security officers went and surrounded the Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi's home. I mean, just come off an election, is at his home, the home is surrounded, he somehow escapes, and the soldiers are there, or military personnel, they somehow, jump into the fence, break into the house at 10:30 p.m. Chris, you're married, you have a wife, you've left the home, you leave the wife in the house at 10:30 p.m. There are over 40 people, according to the narrative we've had. They compromise the fence, get in, break the house, get into the house. They get your wife, or Babi Kyagulanyi in this case. She's lying on the floor. She's traumatized. She's scared. According to her narrative, they ask her for her passwords. The trauma she goes through, over 40 men. It's like, what is happening? What is going on? What is happening? What is going on? What's happening? Why did you do that? Why did the UPDF that you're praising, or the security services that you're praising, do that? Is Babi Kyagulanyi wanted? Has she been given, an arrest warrant? Or, is Robert Kyagulanyi wanted? Has he been summoned by the police? Has he refused to go to the police? Why did you and your government go and break into a house of a leader of a party, a presidential candidate, and do that?
Well, the Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi is the leader of the main opposition party.
Please, don't do this. I don't like how politicians usually answer questions. They meander around. Go straight to the answer.
No. And ran for president of Uganda. This for the second time. And he came second.
Oh,
that is not a crime, because we are in a multi-party dispensation, and Ugandans are free to belong to political parties and run for office. Being a wife of Robert Kyagulanyi, like Babi Kyagulanyi is not a crime. So there is no justification at all to invade their home and assault anybody and cause any damage. As I have been seeing, I saw the narrative of Babi Kyagulanyi. Well, my assessment, there was a sense of exaggeration and maybe a lot of sensationalization. I
don't know what to say here. There was a little bit of exaggeration and sensationalism. Okay. Was the home raided? Absolutely. Has there been heavy military deployment? Absolutely. That alone, without not even a modicum of sensationalism, is wrong. You say, she didn't commit any crime, her husband hasn't committed any crime, then why the heavy military deployment? Why breaking into the house? Ignore the sensationalism, the exaggeration. I could be hyperbole as I want, but the basics of what they did is against the law. You should condemn that without even meandering into these boring deflections you're engaging in.
We are finding out exactly what happened.
How long is it going to take you to find out? You are placed under house arrest on the voting day. How long is it supposed to take you to find out? This is a government spokesperson.
But I have publicly condemned that kind of behavior because the UPDF should remain a disciplined force. That even when you want to search somebody's home, for whatever reason, it has to be done lawfully and professionally.
Well, okay. Look, credit where credit is due. I'm giving him a 10% on at least coming out to condemn. But given his authority and his position in the Museveni government, the condemnation is hollow, 100%. You should go beyond that. And I've never understood if something like resignation is a thing that can be considered by people in our government. Please walk the talk of the condemnation. Resign. Call out all these people. But this is 100% hollow. It is facade. Oh, you condemn. So what? What's going to happen when you condemn?
So if at all the narrative is correct, that there was that damage, then there was that assault, then within UPDF, this should be investigated and punished, because it is wrong. That's what is expected of the conduct of UPDF as a professional army. So, from the government standpoint, that would be wrong, and we shall find out.
The government committed those crimes, actually, you have to remember. From the government standpoint, a government that is committing those crimes. And who is going to investigate? He said, within the UPDF itself. Listen to the follow-up from Solomon Serwanjja.
Standpoint, that would be wrong, and we shall find out.
So let me make it clear, Dr. Baryomunsi. The UPDF is commandeered by the CDF, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, who must have authorized that operation. From what you're saying that what General Muhoozi Kainerugaba did is a crime and it should be investigated for what it is. He broke the law by commandeering such an operation and therefore should face the full arm of the law. That,
the answer should be yes.
If I'm clear, is that what you're saying?
I'm saying we're yet to find out.
What are you yet to find out? You just confirmed that what they did was wrong. You are yet to find out. You said, hey, if this has, if they did this, should be investigated and be held accountable. So what are you? I'm yet to find. Jeez.
It is clear.
Conclusion now. What makes it?
It is clear that when we had boots on ground in Robert Chagulanyi's home.
Up to now, actually.
With guns. Compromised the security. Went in and broke into a house. And the CDF posted a picture on his social account saying, this is what happened. You as a government spokesperson, you sit in cabinet, you represent government, you have just told me that you have condemned this, and in black and white, it is a crime. And therefore, crimes need to be investigated and something done. And you're saying that General Muhoozi Kainerugaba broke the law and he should be investigated and something has to be done.
I have not said Muhoozi has broken the law.
Oh my Lord, my God. I have not said Muhoozi broke. This is what I told you. The delicate dance around Muhoozi Kainerugaba. The fear of Muhoozi going after him. It is so sad. And he was tough. I think I need to show you. This is the right moment to show you how tough he was on social media. This is the true manifestation of keyboard warrior. This is what he wrote, when Muhoozi said, Baryomunsi, the traitor, will never be minister again. That alone tells you everything you need to know about Museveni's government. Under what position does Muhoozi Kainerugaba threaten a minister that, hey, you won't be appointed? That tells you everything. But Baryomunsi responded saying, I rose from obscurity. where I am because of my abilities, not favors from anybody. I'm self-made. Being a minister is not necessarily the best thing in life. My horizon is far beyond that. Let's serve Uganda. He went on and responded here when this was, I think, the second paragraph. It says, my father trained me to believe in myself. He restrained me from taking alcohol. Now, this is him trying to tell Muhoozi over what he uses his free times with, taking alcohol. I am sober 24/7, trying to say Muhoozi is not sober, and focused. He led me free and I don't suffer from Peter Pan syndrome, okay? Those attacking me on Twitter or X don't know the material with the original Machiga are made of. Go slow. This is Chris Baryomunsi trying to show you how tough he is. Go slow, Muhoozi Kainerugaba. And when he's confronted with Muhoozi Kainerugaba breaking the law, then says, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
I am saying, assuming that sensational report that Babi Kyagulanyi was giving is right. I have not seen the report.
There's no sensational report. Muhoozi Kainerugaba posted. He's been posting about the lawlessness they've been committing at Bobi Wine's home. There's no sensationalism here.
Be investigated. Some people are looking at it. So I don't want to draw conclusions now.
You were in such a place back in 2011 when you were arrested with the team of doctors, the whole Zivwa, Nebanda scandal, and we reported that with you. And one of the things saying, no, what you're doing is wrong because you're breaking the law. Someone else will be coming. Where's Babi Kyagulanyi summoned? Was Robert Kyagulanyi summoned? It is wrong that they broke into his house. So there's nothing to investigate. There's evidence.
No.
The CDF himself.
This is journalism 2.0. I really appreciate it. I appreciate how he's holding him. Look at a complete meltdown of this guy.
Posted a picture of Babi Kyagulanyi on the floor with a military officer with guns. And he said, well, Babi gave us a lot of information on his official account. From what you're saying this is wrong. UPDF doesn't do that. They crossed the Rubicon and therefore they committed a crime and need to be investigated.
No. You investigate, then make those conclusions. You don't conclude, then investigate. So we shall find out. What is government's position on that action? That action? Government position is what I'm telling you now. That we do not, that Honorable Kyagulanyi and his wife and family members are not wanted. And there is no justification whatsoever of invading their homes or assaulting anybody or witch hunting them. That's the position. So if at all there was abuse of responsibility by UPDF, that will be looked at. But for now, I cannot make a conclusion that yes, they did this, they broke this. You are all relying on what you see on social media. And I think more work has to be done to satisfy ourselves that the extent is what happened there. And then the action where necessary will be taken.
Dr. Chris, is your government in charge? Clearly, you've just said it's abuse of power, that you send military officers to someone's home, and it's unacceptable, and you have condemned it.
I have. If at all it happened, yes.
It happened.
No, I don't know.
You don't know that his home was raided?
No, what I can say that there is some security deployment at Kyagulanyi's residence. I have said this several times. But the purpose of the deployment is because the Honorable Kyagulanyi's home is of security interest given the prevailing political environment. And the intention is not to harm anybody. The intention is not to chase him from his home, but to do some security monitoring.
Tell me, what's breaking into the bedroom of Babi Kyagulanyi has to do with security monitoring? Tell me. It is so sad that you have to twist yourselves into knots like pretzels to justify the unjustifiable, to defend the indefensible. The actions that have been done, the lawlessness that has been committed at Bobi Wine's home should be condemned in the strongest terms possible. It is unbelievable that we are witnessing what George Orwell tells us in the dystopian novel, 1984, that the party told you not to believe the evidence of your own eyes. And that was their last, I could be paraphrasing, essential command. Like, we've seen everything. Babi Chagulanyi has posted on social media. There's still military deployment at Bobi Wine's home. But he's saying, you're just following up what you see on social media. Bobi Wine is on the run. He's commander of the defense forces. He's saying he's hunting for Bobi Wine. He even actually came out and apologized recently when he was alleging that the U.S., in partnership with Bobi Wine, they were planning for Bobi Wine to flee Uganda, only for him to come and apologize. And then says, we are still hunting for him. What's going on? Like, is that, are we living in alternate reality? Because it doesn't really make any sense. It tells you that do not believe what you see. When you see Muhoozi Kainerugaba posting pictures of Edemutwe tortured, brutalized, and he brags about how he's tortured him, don't believe that. Even when you see Mr. Edemutwe in his most vulnerable state, crying for help and medical treatment, don't believe that. That's social media. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How did we get to this point that psychophancy and proximity to power is going to blind people's eyes? It's going to blind them. They're not able to tell the right from wrong. How did we get to this point? And how do we get out of this complete quagmire, this crisis, this entropy? You have people who see the wrong things and be like, do not believe what you see. It makes me sick.
Because we are trying to prevent a situation where Ugandans can use that residence now to incite the public.
What the heck? Ugandans were going to use Bobi Wine's home to incite violence? Like, when did they use Besje's home or any other political candidate's home? When?
Violence, start riots. Basically, any responsible government would want to ensure that we quell any potential threats. Because you know the way
Dr. Chris, why did the UPDF break into Robert Chagulanyi's house?
We shall answer that when the investigations have been carried out.
Oh my God.
And we know whether indeed they broke into their house.
What?
Whether indeed...
Oh my God. We're going to have to find out whether they did. Oh my Lord. There's evidence to that. But says, we're going to have to find out.
There are damages which were caused, whether indeed there was assault of Bobi Chagulanyi, and because she was no being assaulted, injured. But as a medical doctor, when I saw, just on social media, I didn't see as physically injured as she was.
Oh my God. I saw on social media. Listen to the contradiction. He says, okay, you're taking all these things that you see on social media. It's a lot of sensationalism. But then he says, as a medical doctor, when I saw on social media, I didn't see. I thought you told us we shouldn't take seriously what we see on social media. Why is it taken serious? Why should your conclusion be considered as gospel truth, yet you're getting it from social media? What's going on in this man's head?
Reporting, maybe mentally injured, but physically. But
mentally injured for what? Mentally injured for what crime had she committed to be injured? Why would she even be psychologically injured? There's no justification for that.
Those things, people are looking at them, that they should not worry. We are not saying that if there are any wrongs by UPDF or police or any security agencies, they should be swept under the carpet. No, because the NRM government has a commitment of ensuring that we build our army into a professional army which should respect the rights of citizens.
Give me a break.
Those citizens don't have to be supporters of NRM. Even if they are members of the opposition, their rights must be respected. So no UPDF soldier has a license to just go and start beating people, ransacking houses, assaulting people.
That's what they've been doing. This is the modus operandi of the UPDF. This is what we witnessed in the 3 months of campaigns, or even before that. There's a billion videos, a myriad of them, where folks say, we are the Maje. We control the military. Even some of them, military officers who have not been held accountable, where they say, we have the power. We decide who should be president, and we're not going to allow Museveni to be replaced or to be voted out of power. What is he talking about?
Simply because you are...
But this is exactly what is happening.
So if there are those wrongs, if there are those wrongs
must be...
Yes, and my point is, if there are those wrongs, if there are those wrongs within security services, they should and they will be punished. It is true, sometimes there are some wrong elements within security circles. And sometimes they may even take the law into their hands.
When was the last time those elements were held accountable?
When they have not been commanded so, just as individuals. And once this is found out, they should be punished and they have to be. So not every action by a soldier, by police, is sanctioned by the commanders, is sanctioned by the bosses. Sometimes these young junior officers, they get compromised, they get bribed and so forth.
So are you saying that in this case, the junior officers just did what they wanted to do?
No, I'm saying you require an investigation to find out exactly. If at all they invaded the house, was it cleared by...
the CDF posted a picture?
We shall also look at it also.
We shall also look at it. I don't want you to involve me in a Muhoozi push and pull.
We shall look at
Dr. Chris, why I'm really having this conversation and exchange with you is a government that is in power and a government that is in charge, the center of power is in one place. When you have several centers of power sending different signals, then the center doesn't hold. When people in their different constituencies or leaders decide to do or to take action without the center knowing or without the center being in charge, we then worry whether your government is still in charge because you're speaking another language, another center is speaking another language. And that scares us as Ugandans, that who is in charge here?
Exactly.
Is the executive.
I hope you count me as part of the center.
What the heck? Address my ego. Address my ego. I hope you count me as one of the center. Oh my God. What's going on here? This man is telling us, is explaining, says, hey, if all these orders are contradicting each other, yet they are coming from the same government, it is damaging the reputation. It is damaging the service delivery of a government. I hope you consider me to be one of...
Yes, you are part of the center. So that's what I'm saying. Is government in charge?
Yes, government is fully in charge.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to save you from this crazy stuff. I'll have you go watch the entire thing. It's on this page. If you don't know, it says UPDF must be professional army. That is government position. It's AIIJ channel. Amazing, interesting conversation. Unbelievable. Like I said, this is a delicate dance around Muhoozi Kainerugaba. They are afraid of him, even when he commits crimes, even when he's breaking the law. It's just funny how they seem not to care or to make you look at them as people who don't take social media seriously. But if there's a kid deep in the villages of Kapiarabong, Naka Periperiti, in my home district, Bushen, who will use their social media and be like, Janet so-and-so, and, laugh at Janet, they will hand down that kid, hold him accountable. But if it is done by Muhoozi Kainerugaba, don't take social media seriously. Jeez. I gotta stop here. Ladies and gentlemen, I had a conversation with Honorable Paulson Lutamaguzi. It's a conversation in Luganda where he tells me about some of the chaos that we saw in the election and the biggest question, where do we go from here? So please make sure that you're back here where we're going to be looking at, where I'm going to be talking to him. I already did that conversation, so you might see me in a different suit and be like, hey, Mordecai, are you changing suits every after 10 minutes? every 10 minutes. Absolutely not. I did that interview, I think was yesterday, and there's a few developments that have been coming up, and I've been pushed to push it forward. So I hope by the time this interview plays, there won't be no new thing that might distract or make me make more adjustments on when it should be playing here. All right. My name is Mo Kainerugaba. Please make sure that you subscribe to this feed, like this video. Write down in the comment section, what do you think about Chris Baryomunsi? A true definition of a keyboard warrior. He was tough on social media, but when he's confronted by, the lawlessness of Muhoozi Kainerugaba, oh my, he evades even mentioning the name. Unbelievable. See ya.